Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Chaos-Reighn here. Today I am going to show you how to make insane amounts of currency without leaving white maps. Now, this is a method that I've talked about before, and it's using a farming method that is pretty decently known, but I will reiterate it again, and I will reiterate again that this is a minimal investment kind of farming method to begin with. So, first things first. Disclaimer is you will have to invest a little bit into Watchstones, meaning if you are deciding that you're gonna start a late league or you want to make currency right now and maybe anything like that, I don't know if this is going to be viable next league. So, without further ado, I will get to basically the method of what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm talking in circles. So, first things first. We are in the, I believe it's Tiern's End. If I'm not mistaken, the name is. I might be mixing them up. I'll go over it right now. To farm exotic goods. And let's go to my hideout so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Alright, so we are in Tiern's End, and we are using 4 Invaders Platinum Tiern's End Watchstones of of whatever. It doesn't really matter on the last one. So, first things first, you need this Watchstone. Obviously, I didn't spend the time and spend the currency to roll all tier 1s. They're all, I believe, tier 2 or tier 3, with the exception of that one, which I got lucky on. So, if we go to our market, disclaimer, I am on console, PlayStation to be exact, so obviously I don't have, I don't have the ability to check PC market with this, but if we were to go to the market, we can see that a Watchstone is 20 chaos, okay? 50 chaos, 40 chaos, 30 chaos, 20 chaos, 20 chaos, 25 chaos, etc., etc. Now, if you were to pick up 4 of these Watchstones, that would cost you 80 chaos. Now, while I was rolling these, I think it took me, excuse me, I think it took me about 150 to 200 alterations to hit 4 of them with this modifier here. Now, if we search, sometimes there's going to be people that have the mod already on theirs. This guy has a tier 3, and this guy has a tier 3 for 20, excuse me, for 30 chaos, which is 10 chaos more, and it would save you a couple alterations and time spent. So, you can definitely find these pretty easily by, just looking for them in your market, or if you're on PC, searching via the PC. Obviously, PC is going to have hundreds more than console is, because if you can't tell, there's not very many total showing up in my market on console. So after you go ahead and get your 4 Watchstones rolled, then you need to just basically spend all your currency on silver coins. Now, basically, what I did is I bought a whole bunch of silver coins. Like, all of my currency went into silver coins. Now, with that currency and with that investment method, I basically, sat there and said, well, you know what? Tiern's End, I remember Tiern's End exotic goods dropping a lot of silver coins. Why don't I just spam silver coins and farm farm them and basically just get more as I go and maybe complete some prophecy chains. Well, about that, you can't really do one single exact map and do all of the prophecy chains. However, there is a prophecy chain you can do. I don't know what the prices are on PC for these, but I have 2 of these that I farmed up in a matter of like hour, 2 hours, not even. It didn't take me. I think this one took me 5 maps. Literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, and that was it. And then when I went in, I got another one. So that's 3 of these. So like 5 maps on white tier maps, what is that? Like 30 seconds to a minute a map on a very short coves map. Just run to the exile, run to the 4 bosses, and you're done. And as you know, I am self-chill. I have an initial really insane movement speed as is, pop my potion, I'm even faster. Now I have changed from my Ice Crash to Cyclone because I want to move quick and deal damage, and basically for this farming method I think it's ideal. Now as you can see we got a bunch of Scarabs, so that's pretty good. We got a couple of contracts, they're all lower level, but I wasn't gonna just like leave them on the floor, just so you can kind of see. Perception and Deception always work for Giannas, so just saving them even at low tier is good. Got a couple stacked decks, got a bunch of Chaos, and silver coins. I just bought these for 5 Chaos and put them in here. So most of my Chaos that I've been getting off of this Prophecy Gamble has been going into these. Now this is a whole quad tab full of prophecies. I have them all priced at 1 Chaos. I know probably not going to get it. I'm probably not going to get a lot of these sold, but I have them priced at 1 Chaos because eventually someone's going to be like, well, hey, maybe I want to farm X method and I want all of the prophecies of this chain to do it, and they'll offer on all of, let's pick one. Let's say they want to farm the Brothers Necromancy. They'll look for the Brothers Necromancy and they'll see a whole bunch of them up for 1C, and then, you know, if I sell 10 of them, that's 10 Chaos. Now considering it took me 2 coins to put it on and 1 coin to take it off, that's 3 coins to take it off, and that's 3 coins total, and I get 30 coins for 5 Chaos. I think it's a pretty good, you know, trade-off there. Now obviously it's not going to be the case for everything, but I do have my like little backups, right? There is obviously the decent ones. There is the Trial of Ascendancy one, which I price at 5 Chaos each. Now I accept anything 2 or 3 Chaos if it comes up, or, you know, more silver coins, anything like that, if anyone throws them up there, especially late league starts. I'm not going to overcharge you when you're just really trying to get your trials, but I put them at 5 Chaos because usually there are people who will sit there with on their 5th trial and they're too lazy to go out and buy them until they finally get fed up and buy them. Then I have all of the prophecy, the while holding stuff, like the cheaper ones for 5 Chaos. And you wouldn't believe how many of these sell. Then I have all of the chains that I basically got out for 5 Chaos. And then ignore the clutter, but I have a bunch of 10 Chaos ones too. Xana missions, June missions, more June missions, 20 quality gems, you know, etc, etc, etc. So, you know, it's seeming like I'm nickel and diming, but it's not all nickel and dime. There is obviously the benefit for me. So if I were to go Invader, and you were to see, this is how many prophecies that spawn more invasion bosses in my area. Now currently I have a Deadly Rivalry on, and I have a lot of silver coins, so I'm just chaining Deadly Rivalry, and the last Deadly Rivalry procced pretty quickly. But when I don't have Deadly Rivalry on, or let's say I don't want to exactly farm a Kintsugi, especially since right now I have 2 and I'm about to have a 3rd one, this is a very good supplement for it, so you can save up more coins as you just kind of casually go through. But that's not it. Now I am able to do tier 14, 15, 16 maps, and there is a prophecy that I know that is pretty decent for it, and that's the Riches Prophecy. Now we have 4, we had a whole bunch, and we decided we wanted to kind of throw them in there and on our low tier maps just to kind of give us an umph. And when we got the little umph we needed, we spent all of that small currency on silver coins and bases. Not exactly like crafting bases, but I'll show you right now. On top of getting these, there is this one, the Beautiful Guide. Now the Beautiful Guide is good for when you're in high tier maps and doing stuff like synthesized maps, and you don't want to spend 1,000,000 chisels on one map. Now obviously when you have the 1,000,000 chisels, it's great, go ahead and do it. But for example, if you're trying to get up like I am doing, basically I'm just starting to go pretty decently hard into my league, and I'm gonna see if I can't push to get a headhunter within, you know, the foreseeable future, hopefully, or at least get my ice shot built, because as you all know, I'm an ice shot main. This is a really good prophecy. giving you 20 quality for one chisel means that I can just, when I get those synth maps saved up, I can just go boom, 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 and then I can use my chisels, you know, not sparingly on just regular maps, using 4 at a time, so on and so forth, to quality them up and farm them. Then we have this, we have both the sharpened blade and where's the other one? The hardened armor. Now these ones are also good. I don't know about you, but I've actually made a lot of currency basically qualitying up uniques and then valorbing them. And I plan to make a pretty decent video of me doing that sometime in the future, just to kind of give you guys a look into, you know, what's good and what's bad and whatnot. And I am speaking from console perspective. I'm not speaking from a PC perspective. I have no idea what for example, a Oscarms with Elemental Weakness would cost on PC, or Oscarms with Frenzy Charge for that matter. And I have no idea what any of that would be, because I don't really check PC prices. I play console. So this is all fine and dandy. These are, like I said, this is still nickel and diming. We're still nickel and diming, but then we get to the bread and butter kind of, and we look at these. Now, twice enchanteds are pretty much gold right now. I don't know how much they are exactly, but I'm guessing 10 to 20 chaos, and I'm pretty sure I can sell a bulk for more and easily get, you know, a couple X once I get a stack of these. And then we have our, see, I'm not counting these. I haven't upgraded them yet because I'm trying to basically you know, show you this is what we've gotten as well. 3 Last of the Wild Men. Now, if I, and not just that, sorry, 2 Cold Fury, the Ambitious Bandit. This is just for a kind of niche amulet. I'm gonna run it and see if I can sell the amulet, and then I have a bunch of the prophecies extra as well. 1 Bowstring's Music for the Death's Heart. 2 Vision of Fire and Ice. I'll go out and I'll buy the base later. And then Ancient Doom. I'm working on buying a 6-link Doom Fletch right now. And basically, if we were to go to this, I got this for about 100 chaos on console. I'm gonna keep remind you, this is console prices. I don't know what they are on PC. And if I go to Opus and search my market, let's see, let's find a linked one. 6-link Opus for 4 exalts. Let's see. See if we can't find another 6-link one. Another 6-link for 4 exalts. So if I were to sell mine for 3 exalts, it'd probably just sell in a matter of like a little bit. Oh, looks like someone's buying one of my bulk rings. I'm gonna tell him 5. Don't like to be cheap like that, but I am pretty broke. This one's for 6 exalts, probably because he has an enchant on it. Don't know why that makes it 6 exalts, but apparently to him it does. Then we have our offer on a Doom Fletch with like the last of our chaos that we haven't found. This is our personal chaos, and this is why I said I don't want to I don't want to upgrade these yet, because I wanted to kind of show you what the difference in pricing is. Now I got both of these, one for an alchemy and one for a I think it wasn't a regret, it was let me see here, this thing, Regal. One for an alchemy and one for a regal. Now if I were to go show you, they are about I think 45-50 chaos for the upgraded one. So let's go winter, and see, that one's 100. That one's an X. That one has no price. As you can see, they're pretty much strewn about. I believe the lowest I've seen is like 40-50C, 1X, 2X. They might have been bought up though, because self-chill is a very, very popular build. 2X. And I can go on, you know, just to kind of show you. Wait. Maybe 2X. Okay. So from the looks of it, they are 1 to 2X right now. Looks like that guy is going to come back with it. I don't know. And then I will say, basically all of my alchemies, I have basically taken out of here, and I have put on the maps. Now, I did forget to mention one thing. Hold on, let me scroll by. Let's go back to my here. There is a method to doing this, to getting these maps infinitely. And that is lost maps. So lost maps say you will find maps at the near the middle of the Chamber of Ascents. What this means is I can literally go to the Chamber of Ascents, I can put in my or before I go into it, I put in my prophecy, I go in there, I drop 5 maps, 5 random tier 1 maps. I go in, or I think it's like 5 to 6. I go in, I pick them up, I put on the next prophecy, I create a new instance, and I repeat this process until my inventory is full, and then I go back. And then when I'm done, my tier 1 map tab all of a sudden has 156 maps. As you see, I'm working on doing this. So there is a couple of merits to having these tier 1 maps that aren't just running this farming method. And obviously, this farming method isn't going to be the tantamount farming method, you know, the be-all end-all for anyone. I assure you, you can do the even better farming in a tier 16 map once you get to that point. The point of this video is to show you how profitable it can be farming this area and getting as much stuff you can get at as fast of a rate as you can get, and, you know, turning a profit by nothing but using silver coins and, you know, exotic goods. Now, if you remember, I said that sometimes we get stacks of like 10, 15, 20 silver coins. We'll just come back and we'll have like silver coins coming through our ears. On top of it, we don't skip all the ultimatums. If we see something like, for example, if I see like 7 alterations in the first page, doesn't matter what it is, I'll do it just because alterations are good, right? Obviously I only have 30 alterations, but you know, if you do the ultimatum to the end, you still get at least 4 or 5 chaos per ultimatum, and then at least a good chunk of the time you also get silver coins. Now, like I said, I just bought this. I actually should have 0 silver coins in this because this is the tab that's first, and this is where it takes it first. But I just bought them and I put them in here just to kind of show you. Now, as you see, we don't have like gilded scarabs, we don't have like exalts yet, but if we go over here, we do have a couple of cool things here. A tier 3 fractured. Tier 3 fractured. These are pretty cool because I know there's people that use this kind of thing, abyss jewels, and having a fractured of a stat like that, like a pure LE, anything like that, can help a build. And then we have 2 Kintsugis. We do have a couple monstrous treasures as well. These are easily 45+ chaos, but I'm selling them for 45 just to get them out of here. And I'm doing that because there is a node over here called Twice Tempted and Temper Proof. Now, if you know how to farm strong boxes, then I don't really need to tell you why this prophecy is so good for this map, or these maps. But I've done it already in standard to kind of show you, hey, look, this is what it looks like. You get a whole bunch of 6 sockets, you get a whole bunch of, you know, stuff like that just drop, and it helps you a whole bunch of, just get a whole bunch of stuff like early on. Now, without further ado, let's get into a map, shall we? Let's go ahead and turn chat off and let's run this map, just so you guys can kind of see what you're looking at, right? Now, I will say for the majority of the time, I do skip ultimatum unless it says kill. If it says kill, obviously I can kill them real quick. It's still not instant because you still have to wait for the spawn times. They kind of nerfed how fast they spawn on the lower maps, I believe. I feel like they were spawning faster, you know, when I first started this league, or when I first started the league, not when the league started, but who knows. We're just gonna kind of see. Let's see, we didn't get any of our prophecies to proc, so we're just gonna, well, look, we got a chisel. Now, every single one of these maps are Alk and Go, and we spend all the Alks that we farm from this on doing that. Now, I kept skipping over my currency tab because my currency tab, basically, I haven't spent anything of my currency tab on this method necessarily. This method was purely a little bit of alterations to start, and then a little bit of basically I spent most of my chaos on silver coins and and bases obviously, and getting those 6-link bases and stuff like that. And it looks like we have a harvest. That's pretty cool. Let's over here and kill 5 scorched fossils. Ooh, that's better than finding a node early on. All right, I respect it. We're at the map boss. Let's see. We'll pick it up just because, just so you can kind of get a, an outlook on what your margins of profit are going to be doing this. Now I will apologize. I will apologize for the clickbait title, because I am going to be putting a clickbait title, something along the lines of how I farmed 200 plus chaos an hour in white maps. Even though it's not purely farming in white maps, it is a majority of farming in white maps, and I am not necessarily using any kind of any kind of major flipping method. All I'm doing here is doing the bare basics of getting as much as I can done on a low tier map instead of, doing a high tier map. What ultimatum we have? Defeat the waves and enemies? Alright, so this is one of the ones we do just so we can kind of get it done and over with. Can I have your bubble? No. My inspired learning didn't steal his bubble. Alright. Now, even though this is a tier 1 map, they do kind of hurt sometimes. My character is a pretty squishy character, but it does have evasion defensive layers, so they rarely hit me. Lightning descends. I don't care if lightning descends, just let me kill everyone quicker. Come on. Give me enemies. There we go. Razor Dance. Shrapnel and shards abound. Alright, alright. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, look, we got a scarab. Razor Dance again. And we got another scarab, okay. I guess we can go Ruin 3. Just because we don't have any Ruin stacks on us anyway, and everything's getting one tap due to being a white map. I suspect I'm being made a fool of. Yes, you are. Offer received. This way. Okay, let's see. We have, let's see, reveal currency exchanging, and we have sacrifice divination cards. Nah, let's go to a currency exchange. Maybe we get something cool. What do we get? Blessed orbs. Ooh, I'll actually take that. Blessed orbs for alterations. And wisdoms for chances, and that's it. Okay. Now, if you're wondering if the bug still works, that you don't talk to her, you get the quest every map, it does, so I'm not talking to her. Sacrifice divs, why not? Let's see if we can't double one of our div cards. If it even gives us that craft, obviously. What do we get? Nope. What about this? We have allows modifier, we'll do that one. Might as well throw a totem, make it quicker. Now, I would be using a lot of the, excuse me, I actually want to try this for science, just so you get, I don't know if anyone else cares, but I kind of care, so I'm gonna grab a what's the cheap one? I know I have cheap ones. Burning arrows cheap, rain of arrows is cheap. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you wait for me for this, but... Fuck it. Change it. Alright. Boom. I figured as much. Well, rip. Goodbye. 4 scions. Alright, now we have 50 monsters left, so I like to go out and clear in case there is a extra pack. I didn't really expect this tier 1 map to take me this long, but sometimes that's the case when you deal with, you know, harvest. I tried to make my harvest quick. It looks like I think they're just like stray packs. I don't think I have another big guy, so we're just going to go back to town and put in our next map, just so you can kind of get a look at what we're doing and how we're making our profit, so on and so forth. Now, before I made this video, I was already doing this for about, I'd like to say, I think I was right on the money when I said like 1 or 2 hours. So when I say 1 or 2 hours and I've gotten pretty much these prophecies, that quad tab of prophecies, all this currency, everything like that. And then of course we have these good prophecies here. All of these good prophecies came from that hour of me just basically spamming. These were bought with my own currency, and I'm not counting them into profits, but I will let you know how I flip them and everything like that in the next kind of updated video for this. And then obviously we have these prophecies and all of these prophecies here in the quad tabs. Excuse me, we're got. Now there is something I am not mentioning. If you can't tell, we have a lot of screaming essences. And we didn't put these in our tab this time, because I thought these were the tier up, but they're not. But all of these screaming essences, like all these stacks that are big like this is all from farming, like this little bit of time. I literally just recently turned all my essences into deafening, as you can't tell by everything being like 1 and then like that. And I have basically all of these, all of these screaming essences to show for that like 1 to 1.5 hour of farming. Now, I know people know how valuable essences are, so I don't really need to say too much else on that, but... Excuse me, jeez. I will say that it is very valuable to be doing this exotic good nodes, and you can be running literally white maps and making insane currency in tandem with, you know, with prophecies and stuff like that. The reason why I chose prophecies is because, obviously, the overflowing riches... You know, I got a little bit of currency from that, right? And then I turned that currency into more coins, and I turned those coins into more prophecies. I've sold some prophecies, spend those chaos on coins, you know, just kind of repeating it. We're not going to do stone circles. This takes too long. Did we get a prophecy proc? We did not. So this is going to be hopefully a quick map. Just kill the boss and kill the... Alright, no maps. Aha, first guy. Nothing? Okay. So you can kind of look. He does drop a lot of stuff. Well, we got a map back. Now I'm keeping the arcade maps because what I want to do is I want to trade up all my T1 white maps that I overflow on to get T2. Basically adding a little bit more layers to you know, your farming in these areas. You're farming a tier 1 map over and over again. Even if you're going slower than I am, eventually you'll get to a point where you're going to go fast because you're going to get currency. You're going to spend the currency on like better gear. You're going to use that gear to go for you know, you're going to want to push further in your atlas, so on and so forth. I think I've mentioned this before, but those bosses, the invasion bosses, also drop maps. So they are a very good way to basically sustain your maps.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Looks like we're pretty much done with this map. We didn't get really too much to write home about, but that was a, you know, for how big these maps are, I'll take that. I think that was a minute a map, I think. So if you do like 60 of these maps in a minute, you end up getting a real big ton of currency, only stopping to add, you know, prophecies back on. Did we ever pop it? No, we did not. It's still there. Deadly Rivalry 2. And we didn't get the Deadly Rivalry to pop, but we got something else to pop, so that's pretty cool. I think this is actually one of the prophecy chains anyway, so that's fine. We can kind of multitask here. Normally, what I'd be doing is I'd probably be adding one of the invader prophecies in its place, but just so I can kind of drive home or kind of finish this video off, I will just keep going. Oh, we got 4 simple sextants off of 1 enemy. We have defeat waves of enemies. This is easy.
Vengeance is cold indeed. Death's cold grip is inescapable.
Now, I am also excited to show you guys something in my next video. In my next video, I actually will be showing you a new farming method that I think people know about, or at least a lot of the hardcore players know about, or SSF players know about. I'm not too sure, but I have kind of been messing around with some stuff in standard, and I really wanted to show off this method because it's seeming like it's really valuable and really cool. So let's see, we're gonna go ruin again.
Ruin arrives suddenly.
As you see, when you're doing the kill enemies or the protect one, it just goes by real quick. Looks like, yep, there we go. And then we'll just do cold 3 because it doesn't really matter. I just don't want to do fire because I'm actually not fire capped right now. I could be, I'm just lazy. A 5 link bow. Looks like it's just going to be, excuse me, jeweler's orbs. So ruin 3.
Ruin surrounds. Take your prize and go.
Was that a veiled amulet or something? I think so. Whatever. What is this? Ooh, deception. So that's pretty cool. We got we got a little bonus on top of the our ritual 2.0. Oh, look, the map boss is here. Got an alteration. Occasionally I'll stop to open chests because I found like exalts in chests before. Not like in this farming session, but I have. It's happened. I swear. I'm not lying. Oh, nice. Pristine fossils. Okay. Looks like we are pretty much done with a map. I got a rare here. Oh, wow. Nice. Another thing I am not putting into this is divination cards, and my reasoning is I'm just gonna pretend the divination cards never existed because, in my opinion, divination cards are too RNG to kind of make up hey, why am I farming this kind of thing. However, I will say that one of the only divination cards that drops here is that Mao-kun one, and that Mao-kun just adds to your profits at the end of the day. So I'm not gonna, obviously not gonna run it because I don't want to, you know, don't want to be like, hey, yeah, this is also a thing. I just want to mention that there are other cards. There are cards that you farm in this. Do we have Alks? We do. Boom. No, like I said, I'm using all the Alks I've found. I'm not using my personal stash, and I'm trying to keep it so I sustain that. So I can keep Alkin going. Doesn't look like we have Ellie Reflect. No Ellie Reflect. Alright. Well, without further ado, this has been Chaos-Reighn. I do appreciate everyone visiting me today and joining me in today's video. This basically is, you know, more or less kind of to show you that you can pretty much accomplish a lot, even on Tier 1 maps. So don't get frustrated with the League, and definitely don't give up too early. I know there are people who do play those builds that just delete all ultimatums and can go to Tier 16, but this is for the players who don't want to play the build that does everything. They want to play their own build and still make insane currency and still be able to farm the way, you know, the way the game's, I guess, supposed to be farmed, and do what you can to kind of make as much profit as possible. As I said before, this is Chaos-Reighn, and I do hope you guys will join me for my update video when I post the update to this farming method. And hopefully I have a little bit more exalts to show for it. And I will, before I go, I will say I had started with 30 exalts, and then I spent a little bit of exalts on, where is it? On these bases here. These each cost me 1 exalt. Again, this is console prices. This cost me 100C. Actually, I think it was less than 30 because I just bought a bow. Yeah, I just bought my bow, so I was at 27. So I spent roughly 5 exalts or stuff like that to get the other half of the setup. But you can, if you don't have the exalts to invest in these to upgrade, or the chaos or anything, I don't know what they're going to cost on PC, then you know, don't worry. You can sell the prophecies to people. If I wanted to, I can sell this prophecy for like an X. It's just like, considering this is an exalt and the upgraded one's 4X, why would I sell this for an X and not just run it? Well, without further ado, this is Chaos-Reighn out, and I hope everyone enjoys my content, and if you do, please like, subscribe, and share this video and any other video you like with other people. Stay tuned. You'll be able to see exactly how far I go with nothing but Tier 1 maps.